Yo, man, that's an
What's up, man?
anticlimactic timer and intro right now. We really gotta unfuck this thing. We do.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It comes, man.
You know me, man. I gotta have that my crescendo, my music, my
Yeah,
jam.
you're used to that pirate. You're used to that pirate intro. It sort of it gets you into it. You know, it gets you
gets
into
me
it.
fired up, man.
But this is more brain wise, you know. So you got to get
this is
into it. You
brain
have to have your
activity.
mind still active because right now, for some of us, it's either the end of the day, it's at night. So what's up, guys? It's the DeFi Syndicate. Today this week we got a pretty awesome but boring episode, in my opinion, because it's like, I know people don't like to be told stuff, but I think it's an important time in the market where people should be aware and we should start doing more than moving. So yeah, go RG. I don't know if you
Yeah,
wanna
no,
bring it up.
it's that housekeeping thing, you know. It's the bear market is like we are in the depths of the bear market. Like we could be coming out of it soon, and we need to get everybody prepped for what's about to happen. And there are certain things that we need to start learning about. There are certain things that we need to start preparing because I think that this next bull run is really going to put hexagons on the map. You know, we're going to be in a different position this next bull run because DeFi is going to be, I think, the thing to get into. I think it's going to be the thing that people are going to be looking for, especially after all this FTX debacle.
Mhm.
And we want to know how to do it correctly. And we want to put a lot of strategies and tactics into place so that we can all become very successful crypto, DeFi crypto success stories. And what's one of the things that I want to look, we're going to teach you here how to be successful in crypto. I don't know what kind of money you're going to make. That's not my concern. My concern is to get you as safe, secure, as deep, and as much yield in crypto that you can get, and that's hex crypto, in the DeFi space. That's what we're here for, to help you to make as much crypto as you possibly can. I don't know what the dollar amounts is going to be on it. I don't care about the dollar amount. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is how are you going to get your hands on as much crypto as possible?
For sure. And a lot of people ask me, like, how do I do things, you know? So I think what we're going to do today is we're going to probably set people up with a setting stone, and there's also going to be content that's going to come out. We'll put it as a premiere. I'm going to do that this week, so guys get to know it. In the next 7 days we'll have it out. I think we'll have multiple contents, but today, basically, in order for people to keep up with us, what we're going to allow you to do is how to get set up. How do I do it? So like that, I have a burner account, I have a burner number, a burner email, what to do, how to get your shit straight, because we don't want to, intertwine your stuff. You don't want to intertwine your real life stuff and your metaverse stuff, right? So you don't want crypto to intertwine with your daily life activities, because who you are in both worlds are not the same. And it's important to start dividing things and being organized. So what I mean by that, especially as hexagons, we know this, right? We should have a calendar dedicated to, hey, I'm gonna have all these stakes come out. And how do you set that up if you don't want to, mix all your real life stuff because you're afraid of the information to get out? So we'll show you how to get that secured. And it's as easy as, getting an email, a burner phone number, a burner profile, and so on and so forth on the same laptop, or even another laptop.
Let's talk about what those are for.
100%.
When you say burner, I don't want it to sound like, hey, we're trying to hide something here. What we're trying to do is secure.
We're trying to hide it because our information is very important, right? Like, as hexagons, we have to understand that you don't want to what's the word? You don't want to meddle with all your stuff, right? You don't want to have your
you want
stuff
to intermingle your
exactly.
personal life,
but you also want it separated because
crypto.
It's testing, right? You want to try stuff out, right? We're not telling people what to do. We're saying, hey, this is an option. If you're down to dabble with this, come and do it like this, right? So, and also, what can we do as a community right nowadays? How can we help the community? How can the community help itself, right? So obviously, number one is security. So you got to get your security in place, right? Hardware wallet. That's what we should be all preaching, Papa Boner style. Hardware wallet.
And not all hardware wallets are equal. And when we first got started here, my idea of a hardware wallet was, I thought it was just like a flash drive. I'm like, I don't need an extra flash drive to keep my seed phrase on or whatever. I didn't understand the intricacies of what a hardware wallet was for, and of course, Papa Boner, he taught me. He said, no, man, you got this all wrong. Get your head up your ass. You need to figure this out. And he showed me, and I appreciated it because he showed me real security, and how to set that hardware wallet up for maximum security. Like we were talking in the green room earlier about, that 25th seed phrase word, that extra layer of security that devices like the Trezor have versus the Ledger. I'm a little funky on the Ledger, to be honest. I've used it. I've tried it. I didn't like it as much as I like my Trezor. My Trezor Model T is like the bee's knees, man. I love that thing. Now I do have a new one that is called a what is that wallet called? It's the Engrave wallet. The only problem is right now it doesn't support hex on the device itself. You can import hex into the web portion of it, but it's like, why have this device if you got to go in and use the web portal to see it or whatever. So Engrave, very nice wallet because it doesn't ever touch the computer. It doesn't ever touch the internet. It's all done with QR codes, which is a whole nother layer of security. I love that. But right now it's just not supporting hex in the wallet. You can put hex in there. It's fine. It's there. It doesn't go anywhere, but you can't see it on the Engrave device itself. And it's all biometrics and everything. It's a badass wallet. But for now, let's see, what do we got here? There we go. There it is. That's the Engrave right there. So it's got biometrics, so you can put your thumb on the back side of it, and it, boom, that's how you get in. And then of course you see all of those tokens that are supported there. Hex is not on that yet. I haven't checked it in the last few weeks, so I don't know if it has been added or not, but we did send them emails and stuff. So maybe that thing is pretty slick.
It looks pretty nice.
And when you do a transaction, it's all done with QR codes. It's not, you never plug it into your PC. So I like that little layer too.
I like it. The reason why I'm telling people, first of all, obviously, it's obviously because it's the most important thing you need for your security, which is it's very convenient, reliable for new users. But it's also because one of the aspects where we're going to teach people, which is kind of like, well, how do I do this? Well, it's how do you make, quote unquote, a burner laptop, right? So there's this beautiful thing called Tails Linux. And with your hardware wallet, you're actually not saving any data anywhere. So it's basically as easy as putting in your USB, starting up your PC Windows, and it starts up in the USB, the Linux, and then you're able to always go ahead and use your hardware wallet through the MetaMask. And then as soon as you unplug it, everything deletes. So it's like, it's the extra layer of security so like that you don't have a paper trail if people don't want to have a paper trail on their computer. So that's an option, right? So yeah, exactly. Tails. I'm going to do a video about this because it's really important. If people have, you could, if you're on the go, you just keep a 4 gigabyte USB with you and your hardware wallet. You could use anyone's PC as long as you learn how to, and this is kind of for more advanced people, but it's very easy if people learn how to do it. Click a one button, go into boot mode, click the change BIOS, and then it loads. It's a bit complicated when you hear about it, but we'll get to it, and it's a good way of going around security. And then there's other ways where we're gonna go ahead today and get a Proton. Like, I'm really liking it. I tried it out. You could get an Outlook free email, which is Outlook, but at the end of the day, that's for if people want to have a different, Windows laptop, then you could make a burner address a second address on your Outlook. But the ones I'm going to focus on today and push is really Proton.me, Proton, where you get a free storage, you get a free calendar, you get a free VPN, and you get a free and the mail. So it's really cool. They have the apps on the phone, which is, as Hexicans, there's a tool that is used. It's called the Hex Calendar. If you go on hex.com, it's an option. I also have it on crypto2learn.com. If you want to pull that up, bullish on crypto to learn in the Hex tab. It's there. It's a Hex DeFi calendar where you could put every address you want to keep. So you don't have to connect your address. You could just put your address in, and it takes all the dates of your stakes, and you're able to put that in. But if you don't want to use that because you don't want to have your, go ahead. It's on end stake reminder. It's called end stake reminder. It's on the second one on the third, right next to ES penalties. End stake reminder on the right. Yeah. So when you go there, it should bring you to the website.
That was your site, right?
Yeah, that's on cryptotolearn.com. Yeah. But that's supposed to bring you to Hex Calendar. I don't know. Did it go? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so Hexcal, this is on hex.com. I don't even know if anyone knows about this, but you're able to go ahead and connect your Web3 wallet. So this, you should connect it with the burner, and this is why we're going to show people how to do this, because you're able to get create a. So let's do it in order, right? So you get a Proton, then through the Proton.me, you're going to go get an app on your phone, or through an emulator, you go get Talkatone, where you can get an American number with an email.
So hold up real quick. Back up to Talkatone real quick so everybody knows what that is.
So Talkatone is an app available on iOS or on Android. If you have your computer, you could use BlueStacks as an emulator for Android, and you could get this. It's called Talkatone. You sign up with your Gmail or an email, and you can get a number.
So your Proton, right?
Yeah. And you could do that with Proton.me email. And then with this app, then you're able to get a burner number. So, hey, if you want to keep in touch with Texicans, you want to keep in touch, you need a number for a text message. Usually what works for Telegram, for WhatsApp, for Discord is this number. So you usually allow it to call you, and then it gives you your number, and then so on and so forth. And it's free. You don't have to get the premium version. I've tried it all out. And then with that, you're able to go ahead and create a different profile on your Chrome browser or Brave browser. And then with that, you got a brand new MetaMask that you create. You don't even have to keep the seed phrase, in my opinion, of the MetaMask. It's just now you're set up and you're good. So you can go and sign up to things. You can go and try things out. I would even go as far as creating a new profile on your computer. Like, just have a new profile, dummy profile. Just call it dummy profile. And then with that profile, you have your Chrome and so on and so forth. As long as you could minimize all these, minimize all vectors of attack, right? So by doing this, you're not allowing no one to know anything about you or get into anything that's your personal life. And I think
you just reduce attack vectors. And that's what you want to do, is reduce as many attack vectors as you can. Because we're talking about serious, crypto here. You guys have a lot of crypto. You're going to be getting a lot of airdrop. You're going to be getting a lot of Pulse and PulseX, and your hex is going to be duplicate. You don't want that to be unsecured. Somebody said, I think Briss said something about an actual computer that somebody was talking about. I don't know.
That too. I'm just trying to go for the most cheapest way possible. But yes, you could also get a computer. I know Bullish sent me a link where it's like $60 for, I don't know if it's still on special, but
is that like a strawberry, or what do they call it, Raspberry Pi or some shit like that?
Honestly, for the price that I was looking at, the Raspberry Pi is more expensive because you're able to do much more things with it. But this one little computer, I don't know, Bullish, I have to get that link. You sent it to me. It was like a $60 computer. That's perfect. If you have a hardware wallet, that's perfect. You don't have to install no program. You download the Trezor Suite. You download like right now, I just set up an old ass MacBook for myself, so I don't have much on it, right? I have the Firefox, I have Chrome, I have Discord, because we just started a Discord with the Hex Live Spaces, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, people are loving it. I also have the email app where you could take your email and add it. Then you have Telegram, Proton VPN, WhatsApp, your Trading View, your Trezor, your Deck Screener plugin. Oh, so that's something I don't know if people know that they could do, eh? They can actually add Deck Screener as an app to their profile. So if you're on Chrome and you could download like the mini app version of Chrome, and it becomes like an app, which is pretty cool. And you also have your Proton drive and stuff like that where, there it is. That's the one. So it's not that expensive. You got your screen, you got the mouse, you got the keyboard. Obviously, because it's a laptop, you have all the little sides. So you have your HDMI. So if you want to watch, you could watch stuff with this. You could do anything you want. And okay, 50 on special, $59. Definitely put that in the chat. So like I was saying, so if you were to get this is perfect. You don't even need a Raspberry Pi. You don't need to start doing all this installing. It's already there. You could take it
Already got
another
an OS
level
on it,
where you
everything's good.
reset the whole OS and you do it yourself with your own ISO drive and that's something we could teach people how to do, which we will. But it's also because you can, with this information, with the email, with the phone number, you could get into having to change your Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and be able to go hard with it, right? And where I wanted to get to, which is how can we use all this for our help? Well, there's free marketing, right? Your existing followers is the most important thing. So, creating stories. So we should as a community create templates where it's like, well, hey, remember that every day you should just post a story about, hey guys, remember, get yourself your hardware wallet if you're into crypto, and you could get Hex with crypto. And that's just an easy little post that if everyone sees that every day, if you have 10 followers, right? Forget about your 100 or 300 or 1,000 followers. If everyone who looks at that every day sees it every day, one day it's going to click in their head and they're going to ask you, hey man, what is this? And there you go. That's where you created the Pavlov, right? And that's a way, and that's free. Same thing for Twitter. The number one thing on Twitter that people could do, Hexicans could do, you could all do this right now, is retweet your fellow Hexicans. Just take the time. You like it, just retweet it. Just click the retweet button. And especially if they don't put the hashtags, retweet it and just put 3 hashtags, Hex, Pulse, Pulse X. That's all you need to do. And you could do more, but that's all you would need to do. And Bullish, explain to them why it's so important to have these hashtags, because hashtags is honestly, it's something that we should be playing on. And there's like a phobia that people are afraid to put the hashtags, I feel like.
Yeah.
So here's an example of like my most recent tweet. So I added Hex, BTC, ETH, ADA, and crypto. Why did I add ADA? Because today we had one of our fellow Hexicans do an interview with the ADA founder. So, that's a thing that's buzzing in the crypto community. So I'm going to latch on to that and try to bring new eyeballs into this tweet that I just put. Because if we only focus on Hex, Pulse Chain, and PulseX, which you should add, we're only focusing and communicating within the eco bubble. And new viewers are not able to see that because the algorithm is only serving it to people who only care about those 3 hashtags.
Yeah.
So by adding these, go ahead.
Oh, and this is part of, Richard's strategy too, when he's going after, hashtags with Rolex and Gucci and Louis Vuitton and all these things that he's doing. He's trying to outreach into other communities so that they can get their eyeballs on what it is that we're doing.
Correct. I'm actually going to pull up one of his tweets so we can show that as an example.
Now, I'm horrible about that too.
While you're pulling that out, another thing people could do for no other reason, hexgraphs.com. They have really fucking cool pictures where you could go ahead and easily save them onto your phone, laptop, or whatever. And you could just go ahead and create a post, a daily post. Like, hey guys, remember, this is, just like we're Hexicans. This is our product. This is your own bank. Why wouldn't you do your own free marketing? This is literally free marketing, and people give you those tools. So hexgraphs with an s.com is a wonderful place where they have nice, cool visual photos, and you could go ahead and make posts. You can do that, like I said, on an Instagram, TikTok, your Facebook, your Snapchat, your Twitter, your Pinterest, your whatever you guys are into. You could always do that. Your Reddit, anything. You don't have to spam people. You could just post, and that's free.
So
let me throw a shout out to Hexgraphs too, because they're OG. I mean, that site was up from the beginning. Hexgraphs has been here from like day one and has always been freaking fire.
100%.
So here's a quick example of Richard using Bitcoin and Ethereum, not as a separate hashtag, as part of his, the context that he's adding. So instead of just writing Bitcoin regular, you just turn into a hashtag. People can still read it through. I did something similar with my tweet where it said, "Are you DeFi ready?" I turned DeFi into a hashtag. So,
and you should do that with Hexican too. Like when you're saying Hexican, hashtag Hexican. I do that all the time.
What's the difference between the dollar sign and the money sign? If anyone has questions about that, because usually people see money sign and then the hex or so not dollar sign, the dollar sign hex or the number and hex.
Well, Bitcoin has one too. They do it for Bitcoin and Ethereum.
So it's not as useful for crypto yet, but Twitter introduced this years ago, where essentially it was a way to, just to, let's say you were into Tesla. So, you do, dollar sign TSLA, and it not only would it give you, the price, it would give you all the relevant information to that. Price
gotcha. So it's financial information basically.
Right. Pretty much.
Gotcha. So whatever data source that they've stored as far as numbers and graphs and charts and things like that is okay. Gotcha.
So wait a minute. What do you mean?
Makes
So
sense.
the when it goes money sign hex, you click on that
For crypto, not really, because it's not pulling in price data.
Oh.
But once we get there, it should, be easily supported by them just, adding the data source.
Okay.
But yeah, but just to wrap up what we're talking about, you use the hashtags. Don't be afraid to use them. Go on the trending page, see what's trending, and latch on to stuff that's relevant.
And this is probably a dumb question. Where do we see the trending page at? You there?
And is that trending for you or is that trending for everyone?
Okay, where do we see? Oh, okay, for you trending. Okay, gotcha. So you go to explore. Is that where you went? Ah, okay. So explore. And there we go. Trending. Gotcha.
You see, that shit's different for me, man. You see, you're getting NHL. I'm getting Survivor, Cope 15. Oh yeah, there you go.
It's regional.
No, it's in different order though for me. I'm getting Lakers in 7th place.
Interesting.
Oh, Canada trends. Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, regional.
Okay. So this is not this is specific to you though, not to everyone, or is that specific to people around you?
Maybe it's your region. Maybe it's regional. Because if you're seeing something different, I'm looking at mine and I'm seeing something different.
I'm sorry, I was just muted. I thought I was talking this whole time.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, you click explore trending and it's going to be based on your region. You can change these in your settings. Believe it's more. And then, you have settings basically to change.
And it says what's your country, and that's
right,
when you change
exactly.
Your country.
So it's going to be, so for you is essentially whatever you're accumulating and engaging with, within your profile, and trending has to do with the actual region or country you live in, right? So I'm gonna give you, this is literally like off the hip, how I would use trending to promote Hex and stuff like that, right? So I'm going through here, I see Survivor, I see Darby, I see Nyx, I see Leech, right? So I can use Leech, Survivor, and let's just focus on Survivor, right? So I can put, I am a crypto hashtag Survivor because I invested in hashtag Hex. Now gotcha. I'm piggybacking on the number 4 trending topic in all of Twitter right now. And someone is bound to see it. And someone might just get curious and be like, what the hell they're talking about? And click on it. And then go down that rabbit hole.
Gotcha.
So don't be afraid to use it. You know what I mean? So just try to get creative. We get super creative in this community with memes and videos and clips and compilation videos. You can get creative with the hashtags as well. So
gotcha.
And just make
sure
I've
never even gotten this deep into hashtags, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I've used them only because I see everybody else using them, and I know that they link to the topics. I know that, and people can search for them, but I've never done it. I just post and
like here's a perfect example, right? So this is this is not an account, so it's showing Booby, Don't Say Gay, MSNBC for you, right? But if I go, I'm looking at my bullish one. My bullish one for you is Ledger, Terra, Shiba Army, ZK Sync, because because I'm always accumulating crypto content. But if I click on the trending tab, it's literally identical to what you see on the screen. So you always want to make sure you click on the trending tab because that's everything that's going on in the United States.
Holy shit, 9-4 for Buffalo against Columbus. Holy fuck. That's crazy. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at like, whoa.
That's like that's a baseball score.
Literally. That's like, what? That's hockey. What? That's crazy. Buffalo sucks usually. But anyways. Okay. But yeah, also another thing that people could do for free if they want to get involved and start doing stuff, right? Because everyone just thinks that like when you're streaming, you got to be like this high tech, like, oh, I need to have all this cool gadgets and I need to be able to talk or have a certain verbiage. Nah, man, you could do streaming for free and have the little logo of Hex on the top. And when someone says, what's that logo? You answer it, or you give a a 5-minute to 10-minute spiel. So you could use restream.io, you can use themelonapp.com, and you can use streamyard.com, which are 3 different free services where you could stream for free, and you can have another Hexagon on. Hey, you can ask me, I'll come on. I have no problem coming on and helping Hexagons come on. You want to talk? Let's talk. You want to learn? You have questions? I'll come on and do it, and that's content. Hexagons will always come on. I'll come on. RG will come on. Anyone that you come in the Twitter Spaces that's a YouTuber, you can ask them. Hey, that guy asked Richard, hey man, can you come on? I only have this many YouTube subscribers. Yeah, no problem. We'll check it out. The guy's gonna get fucking Richard after all of us trying so hard, and this guy's gonna, this random fucking guy. Yeah, man. Get that. Yeah, okay, I'll come. You never know, man. You gotta ask. You gotta do something. You can't just sit there and expect the money to fall on you. You know, sometimes it's like you go out and get it, but these are all free options, and people could go ahead and talk about them. And what does Hex bring to us? Well, Hex brings freedom. Hex brings a supportive community. And it brings also an engagement level that people don't get, that we all have. So I would suggest people to start doing it, and don't be scared, and just get out there and talk. If you have anything to talk about, you know, everyone has a story. So please go ahead. If you have any questions, let me know, and I can help you with that.
Yeah. So we covered security. We covered social media. We covered marketing now, getting out there and doing it. Let's talk about some of the marketing tactics, some of the things that they can do other than getting out there and streaming. And I want everybody to also, in light of what's been going on with a lot of us streamers who've been around for a while, that have the SEC letters coming in. I want everybody to not be scared by this. I don't want this to create a chilling effect. It's bad enough that it's been put out there against people who actually are innocent folks. None of us have ever done this for money. None of us have ever been under contract with Richard Hart. None of us have basically taken a dime for it. So I don't want people to think that this is something that you need to worry about. We know for a fact what Hex is. We know that it is a DeFi protocol that blows away every DeFi protocol out there. It is absolutely the best. It is the most secure way to do crypto. And by you going out and telling other people about it, you are not shilling something that is going to get you into any trouble. This is absolutely only about crypto and how you can make more Hex by going and working the system, and how you can secure that Hex is what we're talking about too. So I don't want people to be chilled by what's going on out there. Get out there and start speaking the good word, because we need to fix crypto. We need to go out there and fix it. We need to bring DeFi to the forefront. All this other stuff that they said was the safe route. All the demonization that they've done against us and DeFi as a whole, they were wrong and we were right. And so now we have to get even more of us locking shields, locking arms, and getting out there and going out and explaining this true DeFi protocol to folks. So what I asked though, just a second ago, was other tactics, marketing tactics. We were talking about outreach marketing. I mean, other than, getting on the Twitter, hashtagging, other than going out and streaming, you can do direct mail. That seems to have been very successful. And
a lot of people find that controversial though, but at the end of the day, it's better than nothing, right? I know if you're in the area of Texas, you could go ahead and message EcoBuilder, who the guy who's taking, you can find him in the Hex postcards Telegram, or you can find him in the chat. You can come see us on the Twitter space. We'll get you in touch with him. He's actually giving out free postcards right now. So if you see another thing that you don't have to spend money, obviously you can spend money and do whatever you want, get wraps, do this, hire someone who does marketing, get some ads done, there's all kinds of things you could do, but this is another tool that people could use. They could ask EcoBuild, get these free cards. I know that TY Bull, shouts out to TY, has been giving out cards, and he's been getting very, very, very good results. And he has been getting people with a QR code on the card, and they say, hey man, they love it, they're checking it out. And I do check out the numbers, so you could follow the QR codes, and there are people that should go ahead and follow and look at it. So there's multiple ways that people could use it. And I would try, and I would tell people to try the easy way. Try the free way before putting money in, because if you put money in, it should be better than doing it for free, right? So I think there's so many ways, RG3. It's just people I don't think we have a long enough stream to go ahead and say, okay, you could do this, you could do that. I think people just need to know that there's tools out there that's already on their phone. Fuck, do a Tinder account and just write all over your Tinder, like, you can use my photo for all that I care about.
TikToks, you can do TikToks. You can steal our content and do TikToks.
Ladies,
Richard's content.
Ladies, go on Tinder and just on your profile, just write, go check out hex.com, right? If you want my number, get hex.com, and you can use the burner account to get a burner Instagram. Just think about it. Come on. Come on. I see you girls, man. Come on. You guys can be doing this. It's easy. And you could be toying with some guys. How fun. So,
I mean, there's all kinds of creative ways that we can start getting the word out, and we need to be doing a lot more of it,
of course.
So so in the future we're going to get into detail on some of these things. So we were just kind of throwing out some general ideas. We also go ahead and pull that up, Bullish. I think that he's
yeah, I just wanted to add about the creative ways. I saw this, and this is like super creative, like, introducing cosplay. Cosplay is a big community.
100%.
So, so they'll see this and they'll be like, oh, what's this cute girl? And, this artwork. And again, they can get into the rabbit hole. They'll see Hex, they'll see PLS, PLSX. And, that's going to reach out through a different audience because of that hashtag.
Shout out to Sophia too for that. That was a good one.
How many reposts did she have on that? Like, let's see. See, that's the problem. Only 8 retweets, 78 likes, but no retweets. How hard is it would have been for, if those are Hexicans, to just click that retweet?
Click that retweet. It's one click. It's literally just one click. Well, it's two. You hit the retweet and then hit the retweet. You don't even have to quote it. You can just send it back out.
Exactly.
But yeah. All right, man. Well, I want to keep our stream short and sweet. We'll get some more info out there, guys. We're gonna be doing some recorded videos too. So some of the stuff that that we were talking about, Phamous was talking about, we're gonna go into doing some tutorials and put those out there so that you guys have the tutorials of the things we're talking about. But remember, security. If you do not have yourself a hardware wallet, you need to get yourself one. If you haven't seen some of our material on security, Papa B is on the Wake Up Hex show every weekday morning at 7 a.m. Pacific time, and they're talking about security all the time. You can go into past episodes, and I'm sure that even some of them are labeled Papa Talks Security, and you can get in there and hear some of the details about what he's talking about, because not all hardware wallets are the same, are equal, or are as good as others. So understand what you're getting yourself into. Get yourself secure. Bull market's coming. Time to start getting ourselves squared away and do some housekeeping. So with that, we're going to catch you guys on next Wednesday. Don't forget the FN Hangout on Fridays. And Phamous, you got some stuff too going on. You got spaces. So tell everybody about the spaces.
Spaces every day. So if you guys want to come in ahead and ask some questions or come join some Mexicans, you can go at Hex all day. The tag is, and the handle is Hex all day, or you can follow me. I'm usually in the spaces all the time.
That's the Twitter spaces, guys.
Yeah, those are that's like the 24/7 never sleep spaces, but there's also other spaces that are occurring. So I just want to give them a bit of light. So there's the space with internet money that they're going to do. I think it's tomorrow, the 8th. And then there's also every Wednesday, Walrus is starting to do some spaces where everyone thinks it's going to be like, because it says liquid lunch. Today we had a wonderful conversation about, about actually getting involved with the taxes and regulations, what would happen. We had a very good conversation with Randy, myself, and also some other gentleman. I forget I couldn't see his full name, but he's also a streamer in the community. He's English. We were talking about, you know, different places in the world. How does it work from my experience? And we were explaining, and people definitely could have caught something from it. So there's very good conversations, and I would tend for people to look up for that and retweet and go ahead and set your reminders for that every Wednesday.
Yep. All right, guys. We'll see you on Friday in the FN Hangout. Take care. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Stay safe, guys. You need to